Mic check, mic check. Are we live?
We are live.
Highway 54. We got a special guest going to join us today. One of our old friends and loyal, what do you call that? Viewers. All right, stand by, guys.
The ongoing series about the life of the people touched by the love of the Pacific. Here are their stories. This is Highway 54.
Welcome back, everybody. Highway 54. My name is DJ Kid Mango. We've got Carla and D3 back in the house. What's going on?
Hey, what's up?
Good. Just waiting for Edwin to come in. Is he coming on?
He said he was.
We've got Anthony on the road right now doing some road trip, and then Eric is spending some time with the EJ, Eric Jr. As a school just started. Some 2 weeks ago, some last week, and some going to be starting tomorrow. I know we don't have kids that of the age anymore, but how's school going back to school in your area?
Oh, in our area, we don't see nothing. Yeah, we don't see anything.
But I heard that some kids in some other schools not too far from here, they had like an orientation or something like that on Friday. Yeah. And they actually really start school tomorrow. So I wonder if they have the same ritual we had, as having your clothes out on the bed or whatever like that, and you just slept on the other side of the bed and you have your shoes and everything ready. You just got to jump in.
Raise your hand if you ever prepared your clothes before school the day night before.
Yeah. But then we changed it up once we got older. It's like we knew everybody else was going to wear all their good clothes or whatever that they might have gotten over the summer. Yeah. But then we decided to wait at least between 2 and 3 weeks. When you didn't see everybody else's clothes, then you break out your new stuff.
Yeah.
We thought we were crispy then.
What's up, Tanya?
Hey,
Welcome
Tanya.
to the show.
Hey, Mom.
Hey, Mom.
Mama Barbara, what's going on? Yeah, so I mean, all the kids start school tomorrow. The last kid will start school. Her first day of school, Mary Chan, Junjun's little daughter, will start school for the first time. What's going on, Edwin?
Hey, Edwin.
Hey, how is everybody? How's everybody doing?
Good.
What's happening, man?
Not much.
You still got some school kids?
Kids.
Okay,
I don't know nothing about that.
You know, fucking being it. I don't got no kids.
I don't know nothing about that.
I my nieces and nephews, unfortunately, not unfortunately, excited. I got them cut up, so I cut about 6 boys' heads or 7 boys' heads,
Wow.
all
Yeah.
ready for school. And about 20 plus years ago, I used to go thrift shopping. You guys ever do that?
Yeah.
I
Every
li-
in a while.
Yeah, dude, you can find some gems. This is before it was really big, where vintage was in, back in the day. Now, but back in the day, man, I was shopping for shirts and pants and whatever and jackets. But now the kids ask me because they heard that I used to do it back in the day. Hey, Uncle Floyd, can we take us thrift shopping? So I took them to my 5 favorite places in San Diego, and kind of introduced them to thrift shopping treasures.
Wow.
Can I tell you, I never been thrift shopping, but I do desire to go thrift shopping. And I asked a
Dude.
couple of my friends,
Mm,
about, I don't know too much about thrift shopping, but I do want, I'm not against it. And I do want to go. I think because when I was younger, that we had to, do like, yard sales and all that other kind of stuff.
Mhm.
And then I didn't appreciate it.
mhm.
Because I wanted the latest and greatest what everybody else, things that everybody else had.
Mhm.
But now I don't care. I don't, now I'm just like, yeah, I wear that, like, because
Yeah,
I'm not
yeah.
going to pay a bunch of arm and a leg for some clothes anymore.
Oh yeah,
I
yeah,
went through that stage already. I went through the
Yeah.
stage of buying purses and designer shoes and stuff like that. And I can't get that money back.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm all about functionality now. Do the shoes strap up? Are they gonna come off if I jump? I mean,
Yeah.
little stuff like that. Like, bro, because I've actually seen that happen. When I was
Yeah.
in Korea, they used to get those fake Nikes or whatever. We used to call them kimchi shoes. So then,
Not kimchi shoes.
yeah, we call them kimchi shoes. And so then they had a dude thought he was out there playing basketball during a PACAF tournament, Pacific
Yeah.
Air Force tournament. Man, he was out there. I think they were playing against Yokota. This dude
Wow.
tried to do a crossover, jumped up. He in the top or the upper of his shoe went in the same direction, but the sole of his shoe was still on the ground.
Yep.
In front of
That-
everybody there.
it-
was a
it-
packed gym.
Happened many times over in Korea.
Yeah.
Many
Everybody's
times.
like, ooh, kimchi, ooh. And he just like
Yeah.
off the court.
What is a kimchi shoe? Is it a designer shoe or something? Or is it just
No, it's just fake shoes.
Knockoff.
Knockoffs.
Knockoff shoes.
I mean, just about everything in Korea was knockoff.
exactly.
Yeah.
But
I'm gonna tell
have
you-
a wardrobe malfunction in the middle of a tournament.
Yeah.
That kinda
1987, we arrived in Korea, and my mom, at the time, my mom we went shopping. I had so much clothes, and she still has her Louis Vuittons from 1987,
sucks. Hmm.
Wow.
still intact. Obviously, if you take care of it and all that, but they made good good copies, or they probably were the real thing, but they had defects, whatever on it, and so
What do you call it? Slightly irregular.
yeah.
For my
Yeah.
man.
I tell you, I used to love, like, it was a love-hate thing with me growing up because
Mm.
my grandma would get up 5 o'clock in the morning
Mm.
Yes.
to go to yard sales with a flashlight
Wow.
That's
and
how
be
my mom
searching
was.
for stuff. And like school this time of year, everybody put out their old clothes,
Yeah.
especially going out like Nisdale wasn't there, so most of the people that were wealthy
Yeah.
lived around Salisbury State. They lived right behind Salisbury State,
Mhm.
and they would always have yard sales out there.
Those
Those
are
are
the
good.
original Black Monday.
That's the
Right.
good ones. That's the good sales.
We didn't get the knockoff stuff. We got the original great
Yeah.
stuff, but at the
Yeah.
knockoff price.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So that's what it is at Salvation Army and Goodwill and all the thrift
Mhm.
stores. The Ralph Polo, Ralph Lauren. I mean everything. Sean John, Carl Kanai. I mean, they're out there. It's saturated now because now everything's vintage at the swap meets or flea markets. People are going to the thrift stores to get those branded shirts. Also the concert shirts. I tell you, 22 years ago, I remember in Arizona, my first base in Phoenix, that surrounding area of the base was a lot of retirement homes, right? So the Goodwills and Salvation Armies were huge, big, and I remember concert T-shirts. I didn't think about that at the time, And I remember a Japanese with like loads of clothes on the shopping cart. I go, what this guy? What's these people doing? And come to find out, that was the beginning of like thrift shopping, of getting these vintage, buying for $2, now selling for $100.
Wow.
That's a flip. That's how you flip.
Yeah. So the sports T-shirts and the concert T-shirts, I remember seeing them. I'm like, man, if I would have bought those, man, I'd be a little bit heavy in the wallet, today.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you balling? Whatever, Floyd.
No, I mean, I'm like you. I'm at the point whatever looks good. It doesn't matter the brand. I don't care.
Right.
So
Yeah.
when I go through shopping, I'm like that. Obviously, if I find a Carl Kanai or Sean John or cross colors, I'll snatch it up. But I look for this style. How's it look?
Well, today's shirt is brought to you by About That Wallet.
Emotional.
Get up for Anthony. Hey, you guys didn't go live last Wednesday, right?
No, he didn't go live last Wednesday. I thought he was going to, but he
Okay.
didn't go live.
Okay. Well, we got a good topic today. Today is about is your clothes too tight for work? I guess people are body shaming. But before that, we have D3 with what?
I got questions.
I'm drawing a blank, man. It's hot up in here, man. I got my AC going all day. Hold on.
Well, today was a chill out day for us around here, so got a chance to sleep in, but that didn't stop me from just constantly thinking about stuff. And I was up and I was listening to a segment of the Ricky Smiley morning show, and one of their I guess you could say one of the co-hosts was talking about how Kim Kardashian is now by another I guess another news outlet or media outlet. She's being considered the originator of the side part. She's the one that's actually bringing it back. But there was kickback from other co-hosts on the Ricky Smiley Morning Show. They were saying that women of color have been having their hair parted on the side for the longest. So okay. So that got me to thinking, what exactly is fame? Why do people chase it so much? Why is it fleeting? Why is there a saying 15 minutes of fame? And is it possible to have fame without fortune or fortune without fame? Is it really worth it? Why are people nowadays being considered famous for doing absolutely nothing? I'm D3. I got questions.
That's society now for the past 10 years, right? Reality. What is Kardashian's real? I mean, that their whole family. What's their talent?
Sex.
Big butts, looking good. I don't know. Filler lips.
Sex
I'm thinking culture vulture. That's just me. But because there was an issue when they said that when Kim had her hair braided, all of a sudden that's a new thing. What are you talking about? Really? That's what we're doing? Just because it's new to you don't mean it's new to everybody.
Yeah, well, it's like Lionel Richie's daughter. What's her name?
Oh, Nicole Richie.
Yeah.
Nicole Richie, and member and Paris Hilton, where they had that their own little reality, A Simple Life. There you go, A Simple Life.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just following a hotel heiress, a hotel family, rich girl, and Lionel Richie's daughter going through life. They've known nothing but poverty, and you know what I'm saying, and they're going around thinking like regular people. I mean, I don't know, beauty, sex, I don't know, looks. I mean, that's the whole generation we have now on TikTok and Instagram,
Right.
Or even people, singing or not singing great, like she bangs, everything's viral now.
Yeah.
You're famous for like 15 seconds. I don't blame them for being. You can't fault them for being famous because it goes viral, right?
Right.
It's only a problem when you think, when you think you're an island boy and you think you're the best talent in the world. Island boys. I mean,
Yeah. My thing is when you automatically just chase it and do stupid stuff.
Yeah.
Like we talked about last year with the crate challenge.
Mhm.
Oh,
Everybody,
yeah.
everybody wants to go viral. What's the point? If it's quote unquote considered your 15 minutes of fame, is it really that important for that many people to actually see and acknowledge you? Why is that an addiction for some people? More questions.
Some people like to probably be feel validated or something like that.
Yeah.
Something like this, or they just they're people pleasers, attention seekers. They're just I don't know. Like some people need that. Some people do it for self-esteem boost. Some people it was something about Sean was talking about the dopamine boost or something.
Yeah.
When you do something and you look for your likes and all that other kind of stuff. They're just looking for
It's I think Nikki told about it's an addiction to self-validation and getting the likes and the views and like, hey, I'm popular, I got 1 million hits, or I've got 15 million followers. Don't talk to me unless you have 1 million. I mean,
yeah. And what makes you think that you're that much important than anybody
Yeah.
else? If that quote unquote 15 minutes of fame expires, and then you're
Exactly.
lusting again for that next little quote unquote high.
Yeah.
What are you going to do now? What are you going to do to top yourself? I mean, is it really worth all that? And the next thing you know, you're in your 30s or whatever, and you look like you got whipped.
Yeah.
So I mean, is it really worth all that? Me personally, I don't care what anybody else thinks. I'm an introvert by heart anyway. So quarantine was dope. I thought it was off the chain. That's just me. Yeah, man, it was tad bit pretty. But that's my thing. I don't really particularly care what other people think about what I need to be doing, because it's like what Carla talked about. It's like what Carla talked about earlier. I mean, some stuff ain't really for everybody. So I understand privacy and secrecy. Yeah,
because somebody was talking about how they didn't like certain things about my post or whatever. So I liked it. And other people like it, and other people, I can't knock anybody's hustle if that's what they're doing. And if somebody decides that they put out a video, it went viral, and they started making money, and they started doing more videos, and people like it, maybe that's their niche or whatever. And I like it, and I think it's funny, so I repost it or whatever.
What? You have your own opinion? Oh
right.
My God.
So I mean, and that's that person's opinion. But at the end of the day, if people do what they need to do to make their money or whatever,
it ain't my business.
Right.
Yep.
You can like it, you can keep scrolling.
It don't mean you're a hater. It just ain't for me.
Yeah. Well, you have that one guy. Where is he from? I think he's from France or something. And he never talked in his videos, and he does this.
Yeah, that guy. Yeah.
And the motherfucker is a multi-millionaire, right? Well, not multi, but he's probably a millionaire now, or he's endorsed, and he's he has more than 15 minutes because he's being endorsed a lot with commercials.
Right. Should he stop? No.
It's just like old dude a couple years ago said, "Got him." Same thing.
Right. With the big teeth.
Yeah.
What's in your cup, bro?
So I mean, I think the problem is that people who do this for a living or try to do this for a living are not based in reality when it all falls.
Ocean City, Maryland.
Right? When it falls, when they're not popular anymore, when they're not having 15 million or they lose 15 million followers, whatever. Now it's like the end of the world, and then now there's this.
They feel like a childhood star, like Todd Bridges.
Yeah.
Too much pressure. Too much pressure.
So the thing with this is to make sure that these people have a reality check and say, hey, this is not gonna last long.
Right.
Don't base your whole life. Like that girl is crying. She lost like 15, 20 million of her followers on Instagram, and she was crying on Dr. Phil, whatever, and says, like, that's my whole life. I can't make my money. And then she starts begging for money.
So that's her parents' fault.
Well, yeah.
Parents, or if they don't have parents that are directly connected to their life, their guardian needs to validate them at an early age, because society will spit you out as quickly as possible. As soon as the winds change, society's thoughts of you gonna change. Yeah. You have to be validated to where you don't hear no BS. Like, oh my God, I got 5 likes. So you never even met them people. So how do you know they really like you? You don't know that.
Yeah. Well, they see the Kardashians, going back to them, and say, well, they just look pretty. they're making millions and billions. But don't forget, both their parents, the three parents, even the Kardashians' actual real father, the lawyer, they're already rich before that. They're well wealthy,
fathers, right? There's
it's
two.
No, it's two fathers and two mothers.
Jenner Kardashian, the lawyer, and the mom.
No, Jenner changed it to a woman, so that's two moms.
Well,
you know what?
Yeah.
Dang.
You know what I mean.
Everyone started laughing.
I got it.
Right over my head for a second.
Caitlyn Jenner was the father. Was the father of the two youngest girls.
Was one of the daddies.
Probably so, because she got a head shaped just like his.
No, they're saying that what's her name might be the daddy.
Who?
Not Chloe.
That O.J. Simpson's her dad.
Hey, she looked just like him.
They look just like him.
Mm-hmm. I bet she could run in the airport too.
Yep, they were friends. The dad, the mom, and OJ were friends at one time. So they're saying she looks kind of tall, dark, and has these more African American features. And you're looking side by side with OJ, like this is
that jawbone.
Yeah,
the jawbone.
Yeah, she do got a strong jaw.
She like the juice.
Mm-hmm.
Mama did.
Is he still alive? OJ still alive?
Yeah, and he's making like all these Twitter posts and stuff like that. Like, shut the hell up.
Yeah.
But I guess he got to do what he got to do.
I know. Well, yeah. So I mean, society right now, guys. 15 minutes of fame, 10 minutes of fame. It's an addiction for everybody, and so. I mean, if one of our videos went like 5 million hits, what would you? How would we react?
The same, because y'all you got to think, if any video goes viral, it equates to money, because all of a sudden you get sponsors, all of a sudden you get TV shows, you get radio announcing, and all of that. It's not just that it goes viral and it goes away. You get your little 15. You may be popular for a year.
Yeah.
But if you know what to do with your money, you're rich for a lifetime.
Exactly.
So that's why they chase it so badly, because they know their lives instantly. In an instant, your whole life changes.
Yeah. So now you got Patreon and sponsors, like you said, and all the other stuff too.
And depending how you handle it depends on whether you're wealthy for the rest of your life, or you become another peasant and you fall out and you fall off, and whatever happens to you happens to you.
Okay, real quick, Edwin, and everybody else that's listening in too. I got one more question because I'm nosy. Okay, so how do you feel about constantly? You got that fame, constantly not having privacy. How do you deal with that? How would you deal with it?
It comes. Look, I'm telling you, when I used to sing, when I was in church, everybody knows. I got people that come up to me now and be like, "Man," and I have not sang in years. But when I go home, that's what they know me by.
You're not in church no more?
I go to church every Sunday. I sing in my home church.
Okay.
But I used to travel and sing all up and down the East Coast, but I don't do it anymore. But when people see me, they always, "Where are you singing at? Where can I see you?"
Yeah.
I'm like, "I'm online every Sunday."
Wow.
Just gotta do is see me on church every Sunday. I sing every Sunday morning.
Nice.
Well, you have to send me the link so we can.
You gonna go to church?
Huh?
You gonna go to church?
You're right. But we was listening to that this morning. We were listening to the song by R. Kelly.
Bruh.
No lie. We were in bed this morning, and I looked at him. And I was just like, "Oh, we in church today, boo."
Bright and early too. I was like, man, I don't need no social media early in the morning. I'm sorry, I can't do it. Dude sitting there singing, "I don't see nothing wrong with loving Jesus" or something like.
Oh, I don't see nothing wrong
I've
with
seen that video.
Yeah, that's the one.
Okay.
And the one with the guy that had the drum set in the living room. Yeah, that one too. So that's what he had this morning.
Rated HG, hot garbage.
Garbage.
Oh man,
that's a whole nother topic though. The way the church is now.
Yeah.
That's a whole.
That age like milk in the sun. The dude singing R. Kelly in church. That didn't age.
Right. You'd be
All
surprised.
right.
He was getting his 15 minutes in.
Oh,
All right, let's go into the news. We got a couple topics here to talk about that speak about going viral. Stand by.
that's my. Oh, that's.
Did
my-
you guys hear about that Detroit giant slide that's going viral on TikTok and Instagram, where the people are just flying off the bumps?
Yeah.
So here you go. Here's the video before I go on here. They reopened it with less chances of you flying off the slide.
Look like they're on a bumpy cheese grater. Ouch! Ow!
Why do you think that's a good idea?
Why would you think you wouldn't fall like that?
They're doing it on purpose. You gotta lean forward. They're
There was a
leaning
lady,
back.
One of her wig came off or something.
No,
Yeah,
no.
those slides have been around for decades.
But they
someone
had water on them though. That was a big difference. Water slides like that.
No, you don't remember
Oh,
having
he
I have
was?
these in Cali. We have
water,
these.
they got water slides that are lumpy like that. But I know that the sun is just cooking that metal. But
Yeah. Well, basically, you're not supposed to lay back because you're gonna fly. and everybody's copying it, so they're over exaggerating. They're not doing what the park ranger's supposed to lean forward, and you'll slide up and down. But they're leaning back. And so, anyways, they closed it down, thinking there's something wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with it, but they did make it less of a bumpy ride. And so, but people are still leaning back, to fly on this slide. So yeah, we've had these in California.
In science class.
Yeah. You don't lean back, lean forward.
But Fat Joe told us to lean back.
Lean back.
All right, did you guys hear about the BYU bans a fan who yelled racist slur at a black volleyball player at Duke's team, one of the Duke's volleyball team captain?
No.
So college volleyball's opening weekend ended with a fan ban from Brigham Young University's athletic facilities and statements expressing regret from two universities at the governor of Utah after a black player on Duke's volleyball team faced racist slurs during a game in Utah. The Duke volleyball team included starter Rachel Richardson, a sophomore from Ellicott City, Minnesota, had traveled to Maryland. I'm sorry,
Maryland.
had traveled to Utah.
Wow.
Ooh,
Yeah, that's
no
what
disrespect, guys.
Well,
No
they didn't
disrespect.
click emotional damage.
I said
Wow.
Minnesota. Sorry, Maryland.
Bro,
Had traveled to Utah to participate in a multi-day tournament at BYU Smith Fieldhouse. Now, this is what happened. The godmother made a tweet, and this is why it went viral. So I'll show you the actual here. So my goddaughter is the only black starter for Duke's volleyball team. While playing yesterday, she was called a nigger every time she served. So here's my thing. If you hear that, you stop the game, right? That's not what happened. She had to make a tweet after the fact.
Because
She
look
was
where you're at. You're in
She was
There aren't any whole lot of black people in Utah, first of all. It was probably an all-white audience except for her.
Yeah.
You got to understand, in certain circles, that's not a bad thing to them.
Yeah. It goes back to what we were saying earlier, too.
There have been black people there. 9 times out of 10, he wouldn't have got away with that.
They wouldn't, we wouldn't have said nothing like that.
It would have been a problem. And then it would have been a whole nother story for a whole nother reason.
Yeah.
But think about the context of what she said every time she served.
Right.
And if you know volleyball, that means that they were beating the brakes off of them and she keeps serving.
Yeah. So
'Cause you
no
only
one
get
said
points when you serve,
anything.
but you were killing them.
No one said anything
It's about
that
where
many
you're
times.
at. It's about where you're at.
yeah, because if they was in Maryland, they would have said some shit.
It
like
would
that.
have been a serious problem. If
It
they
would-
were at
it would
Duke, it would have been a
bleachers.
problem. But
Yeah.
you're in Utah.
Mhm.
BYU. So here's the reaction after the video, and it went viral, and every news a statement from Heather Olmstead, BYU head women's volleyball coach. Racism in any form has no place in BYU or anywhere else. I apologize for what Duke student athletes experienced during a match on Friday. We must do better. I have been able to have productive conversations with the student athletes who was impacted the most. Friday night, Rachel Richardson, the Duke volleyball team captain and the Duke volleyball head coach, they have helped me understand areas where we can do better.
After the fact,
Okay.
or during the game.
So I got another question. So CD Guns Blaze one, that's your neck of the woods. Was there any backlash or anything that was done on campus that you might have noticed?
And plus, I told you earlier, or yesterday, Corey, throw that whole fucking state away.
Well, I can't throw the whole state away because my grandmother and grandfather are from there. So without that state,
You're not there anymore, though.
Hey, but if they wasn't there in the beginning, then I wouldn't be here right now.
That's true, but we can throw it away now because it's trash. That state is trash. We need to cut it off the map.
Someone comments says,
Florida and Georgia.
just finished watching the game super loud, the BYU student section at the end of the court. When servers go back to serve, they are within feet of the student section. The students are clearly screaming to distract every opposing server within feet of the opposing player. So I'm sure each player heard loud and clear what was being screamed at them. Perhaps BYU should move their student section away from this area, and the NCAA needs to put a punishment in place for situations like this. Nothing teaches a lesson like cursing your team to suffer a forfeit because of your ignorance.
Oh, okay. So if that's the case, if they're that close, then what they need to do is the next time they have somebody of color serving or something like that, they need to give them some Taco Bell or something like that. So as soon as they saying those words, I'm farting right in their face. What?
This is so much.
I sure did. Wow. I bet
You gotta understand that there are referees there, there is faculty there, and you're telling me that all those people that were that close and none of the faculty team ever did anything, none of the refs ever did anything. So
they might have been
a statement after the fact because it went viral means nothing.
Yeah,
that means nothing's gonna happen. It's gonna be the same old Utah as it always has been.
It's Utah. Wasn't there a story like the NBA, Utah Jazz? They would have like that kind of
it's like that in Boston.
Screaming. Yeah.
But it ain't nothing really you can do.
Is Utah worse than Boston?
Is Utah worse than Boston? That's his next
Oh
question.
no.
They're about the same.
About the same.
Yeah.
Damn. This is 2022 happening right now.
Right. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, you got to realize when Trump came in office, people started getting bold with stuff. So they haven't come down yet. You know, they're gradually maybe coming down, but all them races is under a microscope. They just came out. You know what I mean? They just, like, hey, I can do this now.
Right. That's exactly how they feel.
Right.
And I can get away with it.
Exactly.
Because if that had been anything else, the boy would have been expelled. Plus, he would have had to pay a fine.
Absolutely.
But as you can see, all they did was talk to him.
Ban him. He only banned him. Banned him from what? Attending the games.
So it was it a parent or was it a student?
It was a student.
It was a student
he should have been expelled. They should let him go.
That's what I'm saying. Nothing happened. He gets no repercussion whatsoever. So his ban from a volleyball game, you still got football, you still got baseball, you got soccer, you got field hockey. Every other game he wants to go to and do anything is going to be allowed to do it.
Exactly.
He still lives his life. He still gets an education.
No repercussions.
None. But she's got to, every time we play it, every time it comes back around, she's got to relive that over and over again.
Could you imagine? It says here every time she served.
Exactly.
Dude, how many times she served? like 10 times?
That she had to hear that. 2 hours. And no one did anything.
I would have walked off. The first time I heard that, I would have walked off.
You can't walk. If we did that every time somebody yelled at us, we wouldn't have anything. We wouldn't have
that's true.
Support. We wouldn't have kind of anything.
That's true.
We're the ones that have to feel the brunt of that and deal with it after we have gone on, succeeded, and then we can come back and go 20. So such and such happened. And still nothing gets done.
Mhm.
See, I wasn't that type of athlete in school, honestly, because if I was that, because if somebody would have done that shit to me, I probably would have. I wouldn't have finished my serve. I probably would have got up.
Right.
That
But
was me in high school. I mean,
Eric,
I think different now, but I mean, in high school, if somebody would have done that, I wouldn't write in my back.
yeah, you got to area Utah. You may be one of 100 people. You may be
Yeah.
the only black person. There are a lot of black people out.
Yeah. 2022, huh? Still happening.
I'm messy.
Yeah, you missed.
Wait,
I'm not messy. I'm just saying.
I heard they still have segregated proms in the South, like
We had
Georgia.
a
or something
segregated
like
prom
that.
when I went.
Wait, did you say segregated proms in the South?
No,
Yeah.
but Utah is not
Utah's in the
South.
South.
You was talking about the coalition.
Oh.
Utah is not South. It's
Is that
more-
happening?
But they had it. I've seen that in Maryland in '89.
In '89, yeah.
Yes,
What? Yeah.
I'm talking about now.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Think about it. You still have sundown towns in Texas.
Mhm.
Of course you do.
Sundown. That's another
Yeah,
thing.
go through Vidor, Texas. You do not stop. There's a sign on the a big billboard on the freeway.
Yep.
Don't let the sun go down on you in Vidor.
Yep.
No, you don't, bruh.
That's
People
right.
turn up
Miss,
missing.
Miss 1 in a billion. That's right. If that happened to my child, y'all already know. You can get Ariel on here to testify.
So now
To my child,
they're gonna then they'll turn it around and say, "Ooh, angry, Filipino, angry black man, woman,
That's-
and again, I don't
well.
care what people think about me, because if that shit would have happened to my daughter, I probably would have shut that shit down.
Yeah,
I know.
hell,
now, but you do more harm by doing that.
yeah,
You're putting your life in more danger by doing that.
That may be true. That may be true. But why do we always have to be the ones that put our life in danger? Why does it always have to be us? You know what I'm saying? Like, we can't say anything to stand up for ourselves.
Mm.
I'm not walking on eggshells for nobody.
I'm not walking on no
I can't do it.
eggshells. I don't even
You-
like
Yeah.
eggshells.
of everything else happening to you just by doing that. That's the only thing. That's why you don't hear about black people just going off on people getting away with it. Every time we do it, we get arrested.
Yeah,
And not
we have an
get
attitude.
arrested,
Yeah,
get
we're
books
angry.
thrown at us.
Yeah,
We're gonna make an example out of you
a,
to let
a look,
everyone else know that you don't do this.
exactly. A look from us, minority, is a threat. It's a threat to them.
Yep.
But they can say the N word
Mhm.
They can
and get
try,
only get banned.
right.
Gratuitous use
It
of
was
that.
that they can try it. Yeah,
Yeah,
they'll try it, but that's fine.
It's
Uh,
repercussions coming nowadays. You
I've
just,
had that happen to me in high school.
Mhm.
I don't know what it is, but that word is just not for some people. For us, for most of us,
Right.
it's not nothing that we take lightly, especially growing up on the Eastern Shore of Maryland. I did get expelled for like, I think 11 days, but they overturned it. It's like
Mhm.
the NAACP had to get involved, but I mean, she gonna call me out of my name, as far as a white person. So I had to do what I had to do.
But you
at
got
the same time,
blame though.
Huh?
You had to call in extra people for
Extra people, yeah.
but at
And
the
all
same time,
what time she's sitting back, still going to school, still doing everything. So her parents are still getting their good job. They're still getting their good paychecks, not having to do it. You got to go spend money. You got to call everybody in the
Well,
mother.
actually, I didn't have to call Reverend Appleby, as a matter of fact. Shout out Reverend Appleby.
Okay.
Reverend
Okay.
Appleby and Ed Taylor, they
Mhm.
stepped in and they actually, I mean, we didn't call for anybody. They came to us
Wow.
and helped us out. Yeah.
Right.
with that. And I got it overturned and everything. But yeah, it's crazy. I beat
Yes.
the brakes off that bitch.
Yeah, it's. I mean, I think I don't know, man. It's 2022. We're still going through this motion, like it doesn't exist. And for example, there's a great example in BYU. It still happens.
Right.
So I'm gonna show you this video, and it's not just black people, it's not just Latino people, but Asians too. Remember, we had for a while we had that Asian hate, because of COVID and the China
Oh, yeah.
coronavirus and all that. Check it out.
So there's a few weeks ago on my other account, I got 250,000 followers on my other account, but it got banned. This fucking lady comment on my shit say, "Go back to China, bitch. I born in fucking San Jose, California. I am American, an Asian American. What the fuck do I go to China for, huh? That ain't even my country, bitch. I ain't even Chinese. Why the fuck do I have to go to China? Well, if you tell me to go back, bitch, tell me to go back to fucking California. I'm in Louisiana now, you heard me? Shit. In fucking 70 hours a week, bitch. Do you know how much I pay taxes for this shit? Most of y'all Americans stay the fuck at home and got the EBT and a fucking unemployment, fucking welfare shit, and y'all tell me to go back to my fucking country. Who's gonna pay the taxes and give you the money to spend on them?
He was mad for real.
He was spitting and shit.
He was hot.
While driving.
Who's gonna give you the money for the EBT?
Emotional, damn it.
He was hot.
Yeah.
He's piping.
But
He said-
he was telling the truth. They quick to tell somebody to go back to their country or whatever, but that could be the same said to you.
Right.
Stop.
We're all ain't nobody born here except Indians, and they tried to wipe them out. Literally.
Wipe them out with fucking
There is not a white
scoliosis and
around here that was born here,
Yeah.
as far as their ancestors. They all came from either England, Spain, or Europe somewhere, and were imported. They just drug us along for the ride.
Mm-hmm.
So if you really want to tell somebody to go back, if we all made them go back,
Yeah.
it'd be the same thing.
Yeah.
go back to Europe. Yeah,
Go
a
back to
whole
Europe.
bunch of them.
But
Yep.
Europe don't want them.
Mm-mm.
They sure don't. They sure don't. Well,
Mm-mm.
all right, let's go on to our hot topic today. Stand by. All right, an art teacher toy box dolls. It's kind of suspect here. The New Jersey kindergarten teacher goes viral for her looks. Check it out. So that is her. And she's going viral because the art teacher is saying that there are some parents are telling her that her clothes are inappropriate for school. Now, we have coworkers or employees that wear tight clothes. What is too tight? Or what is inappropriate? Is anything she's wearing right now inappropriate for work or for school?
I think that with her, like her waist is snatched. I don't know if she's had modifications, but it's not unusual for us queens to look, voluptuous like that. I mean, I don't right now. If I had my waist snatched, maybe I'd be a little. But what I'm saying is, it's not. It wasn't the men. It was clearly the women that's complaining about it. How you gonna say that the kids are distracted by her body? Like, no kid ever that I know of in elementary school was just like, oh man, I can't focus. Look at her ass. You know what I'm saying? Or man, her waist is snatched. In elementary school, no, even in junior high, no. Maybe high school and like upperclassmen or something like that. But I mean, if you're gonna make it a thing, make it a thing across the board, even for skinny girls. Like, they can't wear tight stuff either. What you want them to wear? Choir robes or whatever? I mean, I don't know. I got questions.
I see it, me personally, I see it as a reach, because if you think about it, in elementary school, what was the music that we were subjected to? Think about it. One of the arguments that I had with, it wasn't really an argument, it was just a statement that I projected to somebody else on YouTube was, because I think Schuler King and Willie D were talking about it too. And I put on there, so what we're saying is that elementary kids have the same mentality and sexual content in their brain as adults, who are the real ones that have a problem with that. And if that's the case, when we were growing up, we were told to sing Brick House. We had, oh man, that song jam. We don't know what he said. Built like a Amazon. No, that's not what he said. Built like an Amazon. But we had no idea. We had no idea. So as little kids, there's all types of stuff around us that we were completely impervious to, that had all types of things to do with
Okay,
sex,
big
but
words.
we didn't know what it was about. So you can't sit there and say that elementary kids are sitting there thinking about this woman sexually because they never experienced sex or anything like that. So
Mhm.
how would they know that something is being inappropriate or being a little too sexual? They won't know. That's the parents projecting onto them kids.
Mhm.
Yeah, and the thing about it is probably some hating ass women that sit up there saying some stuff like they if the daddy goes and picks them up or whatever, they feel some type of way. But if you're doing what you're supposed to do as a woman, you shouldn't be insecure about something like that. I mean,
It's the
It's
same woman
horrible.
that's hating on the single soccer mom on Saturdays too.
Mm.
Come on, man.
It
Stop.
boils dress code. If she
Yeah.
her dress code is what she's wearing is appropriate, you have to argue about what you say. She's wearing what she's supposed to wear.
Yeah.
So they can
no,
argue.
if my stomach was that flat, I would too.
But on the other
Yep.
side of the spectrum, they're not saying anything crazy about Lizzo being half naked.
Yeah. But she ain't in school though.
She 290.
Yeah,
So
but
what's
they,
the
Yeah.
difference?
She weighs more than that.
they letting the
That'd be
kids
nice.
own house right in front of them. So where's the difference?
I don't know. My teachers were muumuus, and I went to Catholic school too. So
That's right. You went to school at Anderson, well, in Guam, right?
yeah, Guam, Japan, or Korea. I'm there were. Do we have teachers that are cute? I mean, yeah, but we weren't thinking about that. I mean, at least I wasn't. I don't know about anybody else, but if you look at this video here, this post right here from Instagram, she goes, "Hey, one of my parents just posted a super adorable pic with me on one of my kindergartens." Yeah, teacher posted that. A parent posted that picture, but you can't help how she wears her clothes. I mean, I don't know. No matter how she wears her clothes, she still has that body, that figure. Can't hide that.
I'm not sure what she's supposed to wear. Is she just supposed to dress like a nun, or I mean, what exactly are we saying? And then who are they to have an issue with what she has on to feel that she doesn't need to have a job and support herself? That's beyond stupid in itself.
Another body shaming. We call it body shaming. I'm a nurse, and people call my scrubs inappropriate, but it's just my body. Now these new nurses now and doctors, they're wearing these more fitted nursing scrubs or
You
body
know what?
scrubs.
But I feel like her outfit it's not complimenting her body. Like that looks like it looks like her titties is smashed down, if you will. Like right? It doesn't.
Probably,
Yeah, I feel like
but it's probably just the fit of the scrubs not fit for her.
She do need. I feel like with her, she does need a larger
Sure.
blouse.
Scrub.
But she also said in the same article too that people were trying to get on her for saying that she had implants, and she said she doesn't have implants. If that's the problem they have with her, then she has back issues. So I'm like, okay, so is it really her size or is it really her clothing? It's one or the other. And why is it a problem for other people?
Yeah, it shouldn't be a problem for other people, but I just feel in that one picture, not that picture, but when you go up to the top, it looks a little it looks like it don't look like she comfortable.
If you're going to
that's a schmeedy.
or any doctor's office,
Yeah.
that means you're sick. You're there to get some kind of help because of your ailment.
Yeah.
So unless your ailment is that you took too many Viagra, you're not going to have a problem. You're worried about your own health.
But then you're gonna be worrying about tight clothes too, because that erection won't come down.
You might not have no clothes on at all, for real.
you got
be coughing.
Right.
You got a whole curtain on. There's the only thing that can fit you.
Yeah.
A lot of this stuff is just insecurity or jealousy from within you. Think you on the inside, you won't have a problem.
Yeah. Well,
I don't think it's men that's talking. I think it's mainly women.
It's women.
Talking.
Yeah, it's more women
Yeah.
complaining. No guys are complaining about that.
But I don't know. I'm not insecure. I mean, fat, skinny, or whatever. I'm just not insecure like that.
But okay. So do you have like coworkers or employees and say those clothes are a little bit too tight?
I don't know. I work from home.
Okay, so that gives me another question. So they're saying women can dress too tight, but it's cool for dudes to be wearing those tight pants themselves? What's the difference?
Who wears tight pants?
Dude, there's dudes out there that wear skinny
have not been
skinny
to Baltimore.
jeans. Skinny jeans are tight pants for dudes. Who rocks that? Who made that cool? And then they be sagging with it. So you showing your drawers. So they cool with that too? What's the
Or
difference?
either your drawers or your crack.
Yeah, with a belt on. Stop.
True.
Just stop.
True.
I mean, people always gonna have something they want to focus on that's not because they're insecure about themselves. They don't want to deal with their own issues, so they project what they deal with on somebody else.
Yeah.
Just to make them feel better about their insecurity.
But I also think that, I mean, you would think throughout the years we've got coworkers or employees, nurses, teachers, whatever, who fit this description of like, well, their clothes may be too tight or they have, full size body, but now because of these probably two women, their social presence is probably out there. You know what I'm saying? Like they flaunt it more on Instagram or on TikTok. You know what I'm saying? And it's coming back to them at work or people are commenting,
This is every year you'll have one teacher that they exploit. Just
Yeah.
like during the basketball season, there was a college coach that dressed very provocative.
Mm-hmm.
But she was tall. She had the perfect body, but everybody had an issue with what she was wearing.
Yeah.
You dress according to the dress code and it's not out of the dress code, you really don't have anything to say.
Yep.
It's dressed according. It ain't like they're gonna fire her. Not with the shortage.
Yeah.
You need somebody to teach your child. She's going in there dealing with your child every day. But she's not gonna deal with you. Now
True.
you can either help your child pass or you can help her.
It happens. The Spanish teacher, oh my God, her clothes is too tight. Always a Spanish teacher.
Oh, my clothes are too tight. Let's see how you feel about this. I have to do this class over again in my class.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm
Because
gonna
you're-
fail you here because I just don't like. That's how you get. I don't like that child because the parent.
Yep.
Nothing to do with the child, but as long as your child is in my class, it's never gonna pass. And I'm gonna make sure all the teachers around make sure he has a hard time.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Now
It
you
wasn't
can,
because of
you
my
can,
parents. It was because of me. Go ahead.
but you can help your child have an easy life and get the learning and the tutelage that he just by sending him to school and making sure he does his work. Who cares? Oh, you can either have that or you can homeschool him yourself and let him watch you with your bra on your panties or your take your
Yeah.
Your moo.
Yeah, you come up with that the whole plan,
Come up-
curriculum, and everything like that yourself. Quit your job. Go ahead,
That's
do
right.
it. Pay for your own
Otherwise,
supplies.
shut
All
up
that.
and let her do her job.
Yep.
I think now that the past 3 years of COVID, social media, watching other parents are being more, into these parent teachers about education, what you wear, what you say, what you do, has like magnified 2 times fold. We've always had these problems back 20, 30 years. Now it's more because now a lot of people are tweeting and Instagramming and TikToking and making it a viral news topic, and making it an issue. I think it's like you said, we've always had probably teachers and nurses like your clothes are too tight or inappropriate, that, but it's more national. It's like national news now. Like, man, there's nothing else you can talk about. You got to talk about this art teacher's, type of clothing, this nurse. But if you see those two females, they are very present in their Instagram and TikTok. So it makes it an issue now, and people are talking. So, and maybe good for them because now they're nationally viral and they're getting likes and subscribers to their Instagram and TikTok. So all a ploy. Or maybe they, maybe the nurse get some branded nursing scrubs. She gets a good deal. So she might win. She probably win it all. Yeah.
At the end of the day, is she teaching your child what your child needs to know to pass whatever class she needs to pass?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
I'll tell
could
you
see if
what.
she was like not teaching what she needed to teach. She wasn't doing her job or something like that.
Right.
She's doing what
They're not worried about what the child is getting taught. They're worried about what the teacher looks like.
Okay,
Exactly.
and then
They got to think
that's
about
the
the
case.
mentality of the person that's thinking
Yeah.
that.
And if that's the case, then why haven't they been boycotting or Hooters or anything like that?
So that they gotta come out the house for that in their moo.
We gotta take off those rollers.
I don't see the
Right.
difference.
No.
Their work attire is really tight. What's the difference?
Or the men down under. What's it called? The men down under.
What?
Down low.
Down low. The men down under. The
Oh, I'm thinking about the song.
Chippendales.
I'm from the land down under.
I'm thinking about Australia right now.
Right.
Yeah, so Las Vegas. The men down under. The Chippendale versions.
Wait a
Whatever,
minute, but
anyways.
my mom said one time, she was like, she said to me, Ariel, she said, I just don't know why they don't come from under the table. I was like, what?
Wow.
Ariel said, what? You mean the closet?
Emotional, damn it.
All right. Verdict, guys. Stop body shaming these teachers and nurses. Let them be. But like I said, it could be a marketing ploy, and they want that attention. So
If you're gonna do it for one, you gotta do it for
But
everybody.
that's right. You got to do it for everybody. Just because little Sarah ain't shaped like that. You know what I mean? Don't be hating.
Right.
But because she built like a pixie stick, don't mean everybody
Yeah,
else
like-
like that.
yeah,
Or
D3 be
both.
wearing those. D3 got those tight pants today.
Mm.
You can't see the change in my pocket.
Is that a pencil? Is that a pencil in there?
Yeah.
All right. Before we go,
Sharpie.
we all into music, and I'm sure Edwin will like this new called Coverland. Stand by. I'm in love with acoustic covers and people just singing from YouTube. Every time I go to the Philippines, I go to live bands. If you ever been to the Philippines, they are the best at what they do because they have to sing to eat. You know what I'm saying? So Arnel Pineda, one of the lead singer from Journey, you know his story. He got found on YouTube singing covers from 80s and 90s, and now he's the lead singer of Journey for
Wait a
over
minute.
10
You said
years.
who from Journey?
Arnel Pineda,
Their new lead singer, yeah.
Oh, the
lead-
new. Okay, I was thinking
the
about
new lead singer, but we're saying new, but it's been 10 years that he was
Okay.
found on YouTube. Yeah.
You know.
Arnell, he was singing. Anyways, did you guys heard about Olivia Newton-John? Just passed away,
Right.
Mm.
Right.
60 years old because of died of breast cancer.
Yes.
And
See, I
so-
didn't know what the what her
didn't
cause
know
of death was.
Yeah, she was 73 years old, and she's actually had she was in the entertainment business for 60 years. She was one of my most favorite singers out there, Grease and Xanadu, and what's that? Physical. So, in dedication to Olivia Newton-John, because she's one of my favorite singers from the 70s and 80s, there's a guy who covered her song, her song 2 years ago. Check it out.
This is suggested by 9 or and it's hopelessly devoted to you.
Can't hear it.
Anyways, here you guys go. Hope
Can you hear it?
enjoy.
Not really.
Here now?
Yeah.
Guess mine is not the first heartbroken. My eyes not the first to cry. I'm not the first to know. There's just no getting over you. I know I'm just a fool who's willing to sit around and wait for you. But baby, can't you see? There's nothing else for me to do. I'm hopelessly devoted to you. hide. Since you pushed my love aside, I'm out of my head, hopelessly devoted to you, hopelessly devoted to you.
Wow.
Hopelessly devoted to you.
Wow. What do you think, Edwin? Did he do justice?
Be honest.
Yeah, I loved it, especially when he changed that key. When he
Yeah.
started singing a little bit higher. That
Yeah.
key change was flawless.
Yeah. What key is
Yeah.
that? You would have to
I
sing it at the lower key. Yeah.
I didn't get on my keyboard, but
Yeah.
he did a wonderful job.
Yeah.
I completely forgot about that song till he started singing it.
I know, right? I love that song. I've never heard it from a. I've never heard it from a guy too. It's crazy.
Right.
He did a wonderful job at it. That's
To you.
Especially here.
But now there's no way to hide. Since you pushed my love aside, I'm out of my head, hopelessly devoted to you.
Beautiful.
Fucking
That's me.
amazing.
Boy, Jeremy.
Y'all notice how some of the most depressing songs are the songs that we like the most?
Yeah.
Think of that.
That's-
You know
Think about
why?
what he's saying.
Because love is about hope.
Yeah.
Hope
Yeah.
is about love, and we hope to find that kind of love
Yeah.
that he's about.
Even though you feel
Bars.
bad about it, is the fact that you experienced it in the first place.
Either you had it or you hope to have it
Yeah.
at
I
some
mean,
point in life.
Those are songs from the 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s
Yeah,
where it's like that kind of sad, you know?
yeah. Like one
Not
of my favorite
sad,
songs by Al
melancholy.
Green.
But not sad.
See,
Not
like
sad.
one of my favorite songs by Al Green was "How Do You Mend a Broken Heart." And that's
Yeah.
a cover of the Bee Gees. You're like, man, if somebody really went through all that, God, that's bad.
I just
Song
want to
jamming.
shout out to
Yeah.
and Mama, her mama, Tay, for viewing tonight. Shout out to Tim. Shout out to One in a Billion. Who else? Corey, Carl,
Yep.
Tim.
Shark Bait. My homeboy. My homeboy Jason. Up in Connecticut. Yep.
Yep. Shout out to everybody in Minnesota. Everybody in Minnesota, hi.
My parents, who are faithful viewers.
All right, guys, this is Highway 54. Give it up to Edwin, everybody.
Yes, thank you for joining everyone. Stay on. Make sure you stay on for that after party.
And let us know the next time you're truck driving and just happen to be out there in the world.
Gotcha.
Yeah, we need to hear from Charles. Charles is a great singer.
Can we
I'll
just
make sure I
shout
get in
out Ocean
contact
City?
with him this week. I'll make sure I get in contact with him this week.
Yes.
Shout out to Secrets in Ocean City
Secrets in Ocean
Distillery.
City, Maryland.
Orange
Gotcha.
vodka. Yep.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's off
Yeah.
the.
When did they start doing that?
That I don't know.
know.
But they got a lemon drop one that we got as well. We're gonna try that one out.
Wow.
We gotta review that. Yeah, we gotta review that soon.
But that's what it's all
It's
about.
coming over for September the 10th.
Mix it with
That's
Izzy.
what it's all about. Once
Yeah,
you
it is,
get
it is.
something that you can get control of, you market it into something else
Yep.
Yep.
and get that audience. Yeah.
Yeah. One day we're gonna check out that cat poo poo coffee.
No, we're not.
No. You can have all of mine.
No, I'm about to send stuff to Edwin too. We're gonna review
No,
that.
sir. No,
Cat
sir.
poo poo coffee. Lopaki, whatever.
Sir.
Did you call
All
it?
right.
Hell
All right,
no.
guys. All right, guys. Thank you very much. Happy Sunday, everybody. This is the last Sunday of August. See you guys next week, and maybe we'll get more guests on the run, and we'll also get that segment where we call people for the bad advice.
Right.
Definitely.
Charles, we'll call up Charles, right?
I'll see if I can get a hold of him this week. Yes,
All
sir.
right, guys. Have a good weekend. See you guys next week.
All right.
Yeah, take care.
We hope you enjoyed the show today. Do us a favor and click on the like button or share our podcast. Thanks for listening. Till next time, we